Donald Trump piling on after the State Department IG report found Hillary Clinton violated the rules in using a private email server. And we're back now with the panel. Well, let's take a look at how Clinton's numbers have dropped since the story first broke back in March of 2015 about her private email and personal server. Back then, it's interesting to note, 47% had a favorable view of her, 50% unfavorable, basically even. Now that's down to 37% favorable, 61% unfavorable. Same with whether she's honest and trustworthy. In March of 2015, 44% said yes, 52% said no. Now it's 31% to 66%. Which raises the question, Britt, does the IG report do any damage to Clinton, or has the damage already been done?
Well, the damage has been done, but political campaigns are fluid and people's opinions can shift and change. This, however, I think helps to cement in place the notion that she cannot be trusted. And it's just one more step in that direction. And, you know, this is an unusual campaign, Chris, in which each of these candidates, Trump and Clinton, seem to be each other's best hope. And, you know, really is what's striking about the recent rise in the polls of Donald Trump is that it coincides with a period of bad news for Hillary Clinton, and her vulnerabilities become his possibilities, and this is just a further example of that. It's remarkable.
We asked you for questions for the panel, and we got a bunch about the IG report. Guy Gracie Center, I don't know if that's one person or two, wrote us on Facebook, if she did this when in the State Department, what will she do if she becomes president? And John Garnett writes, does anyone really think Hillary will be indicted? Will she be prosecuted, or will Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, give her a get-out-of-jail-free card? Susan, how do you answer them?
Well, we know what the results of the FBI investigation are going to be. Legal analysts have looked at this, I think have been skeptical that she's going to be indicted, but you never know where investigations go. And while the Inspector General's report is very critical, I don't think it does new damage to Hillary Clinton. An FBI conclusion that was more serious, I think, could do some real damage to her. You know, it's interesting. She's going to be the first woman nominated by a major party to be president. Women candidates usually have to deal with whether they're strong enough. She's fine on that. Competent. People think she's competent. This honest and trustworthy issue, this is her Achilles heel when it comes to her election. It's an issue she really needs to figure out a way to address, to at least improve those numbers to some degree.
Susan, do you think the Colin Powell defense gets her off the hook?
No. Because, number one, Colin Powell is not running for president. She is. And number two, I think all of us of a certain age understand that use of email has changed even in the period from when Colin Powell left the State Department.
12 years ago.
Yeah, and Hillary.
The policy changed under
and then the policy changed. But we know that Hillary became, yeah. So I think number one, there are some differences in the context. And number two, he's not running for anything.
And as I said, I'm not going to vote for him for president anyway.